Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. This is my bad idea. Okay, so what this was a launch vehicle that launched up here, and the idea was to launch International Space Station, basically build my own version of the International Space Station, which would be this part, and then I'd leave it there in orbit. Then I'd come up with another ship with another piece and use lander legs to grasp onto it and build a station in orbit. It all went terribly wrong. First of all, right here, if you look at the staging order, I actually changed the staging order to break the station off instead of breaking my fuel tanks off. But as you can see, changing the stage there didn't actually work. It's really weird. Sometimes changing the staging order works, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it didn't. And as you can see, my astronauts are now stranded in the capsule that they're in. And we have a big chunk of debris of most of the ship with a good amount of fuel still in it, just sitting there. And we're stuck to the station. So I figure we might as well break off this, because part of the design was also... Well, actually, no, that's the design that pieces were supposed to attach to, but instead we're going to have fun and shove debris everywhere, which is what I've just done. And so at least we can have a nice debris field. Right now I'm turning, or not. Okay, I'm leaving. Whatever. I thought I was going to turn and, position the satellite anyhow. But yeah, that was that failure. And I'm going to try and fix this. I got I call this the Detriever 1. Which, if I'll scroll in to show you, it's, okay, I won't. That sucks. It's a ship that has lander legs on the front clustered together so that it can, basically the idea is it can go out somewhere and grab another ship and, grab it and make it and move it around in orbit. Right now I fast forwarded this part so you don't have to see how long this actually took. This is like 10 minutes of film. And here we have some more fast forwarded footage. This would be me trying to get into an orbit with the other thing. And as you can see, oh, it's so close, but it's not really working. And oh, never mind, it's not really all that close either. Anyhow, oh, I'm pretty sure that is it over there. So we're going to say screw orbital mechanics, and we're going to just accelerate towards it as if we are both standing still. Unfortunately, I am not good at this kind of orbital mechanics either. I accelerate way too fast, and I'm already going faster than it, and I'm just going to shoot past it. Actually, no, wait. I'm slowing myself down. In fact, I'm taking myself out of orbit. But, not intentionally, and I'm still pretty high up, so I got a ways to go before I fall. But still, the idea is to aim towards it and get myself towards it. Unfortunately, because this involves slowing down my orbit and changing it all and everything, I actually just die. Also, I thought I had two tanks of fuel because the icon says I have 2 tanks, but I think I only have 1 actually. No, okay, I did have 2 tanks. Never mind. I thought that was a glitch or something. Because I know I've had a couple of weird glitches with the latest update that it shows you having a full tank when you don't have a full tank, when you load one that's already going. Now right here, I should have stopped using my fuel. In fact, I should have stopped using my fuel a while ago. In fact, I should have been going faster, a lot faster, because as you can see, these are pretty much just going to shoot right by me. And then I'm going to run out of fuel, and I'm not going to make them. And that's basically bad. But it is still pretty cool, because look at this. I mean, cool. That's pretty cool. We get to, do a flyby, I guess. Not like we intended to, but we get to do a flyby. And why am I pointing that way? See, if I wasn't pointing that way, I might have a better chance, but... oh well. I think part of my problem also is that I can't really tell which sides... Well, actually, it's a cockpit that should be able to tell me which side's which on this rocket, but I guess I wasn't paying close enough attention. I was trying to use the nav ball. But, I'm either going to accelerate and shoot past them again, or I'm not going to make it to them, or I'm going to decide I need to deorbit because I'm running out of fuel and I don't want to strand this craft up here as well. Yeah, because as you can see, I'm not really in an orbit anymore. I'm heading back towards one, but I'm not in an orbit right now. Which kind of sucks. Anyhow, time to talk about something random in the boring bits or whatever. Have you ever heard of... Oh fuck, I forgot his name. Lincoln... Oh, I forgot his name. Anyhow, this guy is like the most famous guy you've never heard of, which sounds backwards. Basically, of course, the Wright brothers invented the first successful powered flight vehicle, or whatever. This guy, basically invented aerobatics and stunts and the ability to fly impressively. And he's the first one that figured out... The funny thing is, he's the first one that figured out how to get out of a stall. You know, when your aircraft, you pull the nose up too fast, you're not going fast enough to have your controls work, and you sort of just start to fall. And you get into the way it works, it actually, one wing stalls before the other, and you start spinning and falling. And he was the first one to figure out that the way to get out of a stall is to point at the ground and spin into the stall and let yourself speed up by falling, and in order to pull out of it. Which is, it's funny to me to think no one else thought of that, because, I don't know, maybe I have a different perspective, of course, because I live in this time, and I could have already known that just by learning it in a book or whatever, but, I don't know, as far as I know, it always seemed to me that, like, when I learned about planes, I didn't, like, immediately learn about them. I just went, ooh, thing that flies. And then I heard of the word stall, like when you go up too high, too fast. And I thought, well, in that case, wouldn't you want to just turn into the fall to regain control? Like, I just immediately, that was the first thing I thought was, if you could manage to point downwards, you could come out of it. And, I don't know, it just always seemed obvious to me. I don't know, but... Like I said, perhaps it's my perspective. I live in a different time and whatnot. And yeah, I'm just going to go right by it again. So, this orbit hasn't really gone well for me. Well, we're making another run for it. But again, I'm going way too fast. I should have been slowing down already, but I'm not. So... this is going to be another failed attempt. I'm just going to go do another flyby, and then I'm going to deorbit, basically. Because that's all it's left to do for this problem. I mean, there's no solution. I'm just... And, yeah, I'm kind of wiggling around because I can't get this aim right. Hey, I'm getting closer to them this time, right? I think. I'm not sure. Well, right now, I'm just basically, I'm trying to deorbit more than I'm trying to come into contact with them, because the fact that I'm low on fuel. In fact, yeah, I'm ignoring them right now. I'm just going, hey look, let's go down. Well, actually, no. This is sort of aiming for them. Well, not really. I mean, it keeps turning around. And for a moment there I was worried we weren't even going to deorbit, but we're managing to make it. And, yep, so we're gonna go on our way down. And this thing, oh, yeah, we're gonna put those down so they don't get in the way of our parachute when it comes to land. Or we're just gonna put them back up for the fun of it. Or we're gonna put them down. I just wanted to show you the sound they make and the animation they make, because I think it's pretty cool. Also, we have RCS fuel still on this final stage, which is pretty cool. We could use it still, because we have the thrusters too. So in fact, I could have still made it probably, and actually helped those things out, because you can deorbit with just one tank of RCS, meaning I probably could have got there, and then deorbited both me and the other ship. Spaceship. For a moment there, I thought I was using the wrong term. I was about to say plane, and then I was like, wait a second. This isn't planes, this is rockets. This is showing you my rockets instead of my planes, because so many videos have been planes, and this is rockets now, and Dun 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 dun. I still don't get why Alan did that. I have a checklist of things I need to do here. I'm gonna throw that on the floor. What is this? Synth bass. Oh, because I have it on a lower volume, it sounds proper. See, the thing is, I have a power supply that is a lower voltage than what this piano is supposed to use. This is a MIDI keyboard. This is Alan's MIDI keyboard, unfortunately, not mine. I wish it was mine. But, he lost the power supply for it, and I'm using a power supply that's the wrong voltage. It's like 16 volts instead of 18 volts. And the effect is, this is a synth bass. It's supposed to sound like a smooth, you know, like, doo, only lower pitch, of course. But it's supposed to sound pretty much like that. A little smoother still, though. But you hear that? How it's like really rough? It's detuned. So this power supply basically has the effect of anything you put on it gets detuned.